Alrighty. So, get us started right off the bat. You never really need libraries. Bye. Gotta check if my recording's still good. Yeah, okay. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start. Oh no, we don't need this either because that's for animation. You can usually just go up here to view, and then so the window will have everything that you may think you need. But when it comes to basic photo editing like this or manipulation, you just need color. And I'm not going to go through any of the tools or anything. I have titled it what you need to title it when you submit it as a PDF file, but I'll be sending you the PDF files as well. And so I'll go ahead and we're just going to go ahead and open. So this is so right off the bat, like I told you, even though you've created a new thing, this is still locked, and you can't unlock the original background photo. So you have to duplicate the layer, name it whatever you want. I'll name it original room, and then go ahead and just press OK, and then you're actually going to end up hiding that original one and just keep it hidden basically the whole time. You'll never, ever need it again. You could even delete it. Some people do. I don't because I'm a hoarder. So I'm pretty sure there is a way to just add layers quickly over here, but I like to kind of open my open whatever I'm going to use, and then it opens up in a new tab at the top here, and then that way it stays separate. And then if you need to do any additional manipulations with this image, then you can do that. But I'll probably end up not even using the whole thing. I'll just do this little section here, and it should default over to the rectangle tool, in which case you can basically, I'll probably just grab this right here. And then you're going to go ahead and Control C for copy. Feel free to right click, and also there's a copy as well. But since it's done, so now that you have it copied, you come over here. Oh, see, look, I already messed up because it's not going to copy. Oh, it might copy the background layer. But anyways, just as a general rule, always make a copy. And then now we're going to right click and then copy that layer via copy. And now we can get rid of that. There's our original one. And now to get it over into the other one, you literally just, so you go to this is your main selection tool, the move tool. It's going to be one of your best friends in this. And then, yeah, you should be, oh no, I did it wrong. Yeah, we'll give it a shot. Not too concerned. Make sure the zoom in and zoom out tool is also going to be one of your best friends, because you'll just always need to grab the image. We're going to actually have to manipulate it, in which case you go over to the image, you go to image size, and then we can literally just make it the exact same size as your canvas. So it is in inches. So make it inches, and it's 3.5 by 5. Okay. Oh. Definitely should have done it. Image size. Should have worked, but maybe inches. Okay. Okay, well, I don't know why it's not working. That definitely should work. We're going to unlink that. The width is 3.5. And then height is by 5. There it is. So there's our image. It is quite small, but these are the dimensions that they wanted, so we're going to stick with them. And now, the easiest and best tool on here is the magic wand, because now you can, after we create, of course, a copy of our image, duplicate layer, and then so we're gonna, oh, there was criteria for this. She wanted it labeled create 3 copies of each layer, name each one 1, 2, and 3. Well, that's boring. I'll just stick to what she wants. 1. Cool. And then hide, of course, that. You could even delete the original layer, but we're not going to. And no layers. Oh, my bad. 32-bit per channel. What? To 8 or 16-bit per channel? Oh, yeah, that was my bad because I tried to make it a higher thing. So we're actually just going to go right into the there's a way you can edit your canvas. And, oh, here we go. Let's make it 8 bits. Merge. Okay. There we go. So it did merge all my layers, but we don't care because we have the original image that we wanted anyways. Duplicate this one. We'll call it 1. And now we're back to, so now we get started. So the magic wand, basically what it does is it'll grab the same color of whatever you click it on. And then, so you see how some of these are different colors, but if you change the tolerance, you could change it. If you go up a little bit, it'll give it more tolerance. So it'll kind of, it'll say like, oh, this one's, like a specific, like, how they have codes or whatever, like colors have codes. They stay as close as they can. So, but for this, we're going to want to bring that tolerance right down because we want to grab as much green as it'll allow. And I reverse everything I said. Tolerance is weird. It's like lefty loosey, righty tighty. And then so you can go ahead and just click on whatever. And it shouldn't. And we're going to zoom in here in a second. Because the closer you are, the better that you can edit an image. And the more pixels that show for your program itself as well. So you'll be able to do a lot more and get less frustrated. And we'll keep bringing that up. I want all the green. And don't worry about, obviously, if you grab other colors or anything, we can work around that. We can do a color clone and kind of just replace as it was. So, just trying to grab as much green as possible. I might just end up doing a lasso so we can just grab the whole thing because at the moment the magic wand is kind of letting me down. But we'll just increase the tolerance, see what happens. We might even just end up going to like 100% here. I just don't want it traveling up into that ceiling. You know what? That'll do. And then we'll just mess with the ceiling if we need to. Alrighty. Maybe if I bring it down like 98. Oh, it's worse? Nani? There. Shoot. No, we need olive green. Fuck it. Oh, that works. There we go. And so we'll go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're just going to, what you can do is, so there's a couple of different ways that you can go about this. You can literally like mask it, and then in which case it would create a clip of this specific thing, and then that way you can just kind of manipulate it as you want. But what we're going to end up doing is doing a copy paste. So Control C, Control V, and now when you hide your original background here, that's all you got. And then that's why it's really nice to have the original, because so what we're going to do is we're going to actually chop out what it grabbed here. So like this here, we'll chop that out, delete. This here, we'll chop that out, delete. And now, so now it doesn't think that you have it. So even if you do change the color, when you open your original, it'll all hide. So it's okay. So what we're going to do though is we are going to manipulate the color on this. And for that, I will be making a new video. Stay tuned. And we are back making, tweaking colors and doing a little bit of basic Photoshop editing and manipulation. So you can, and this one's super easy because what you can do, they make it easy on Photoshop, and you can do a bunch of adjustments like this. But what she specifically requested was for the hue and saturation, stuff like that. You can do the temperature as well. But what we're going to end up doing here, since we're going to go red, I think we might as well try color balance and see if we can get there. We'll do that. We'll probably go a little pinky red because I assume we're going to go kind of angry with the a little bit orange, but we can tweak that. There we go. Perfect. I'll actually even, no, it's the wall. It's a feature wall. We want it pretty demanding. So we'll keep it like that. I don't want the luminosity. We'll get rid of it because I feel like that looks better. But you could definitely let me know, and I can always change it. So I think we're just going to leave it like that. We're just going to go ahead and look at the other one, load that back up, and then you can see that it is now changed. The edges here, it's super simple. What you could either do is you can either straight up just make them white, or you can color match as well. I'll show you how to color match real quick. You grab your magic wand tool. You're going to want to just grab, we're going to bring down that tolerance so it only grabs that green. Apparently just wanting everything right now. Oh, because I'm on the red still. See, that's on me. Make sure, I can't stress this enough, make sure you have the correct layer clicked. Otherwise, it doesn't know what you're trying to do, and then you end up having to backtrack, and you will save yourself so much time. There we go. So what we'll end up doing here is we'll end up, we'll copy paste exactly what it just grabbed there because that is everything that's green still. C, Control C copy, Control V paste, and then actually we're gonna get rid of that. And so now it's part of the image, which is perfect. And then what you can do, and which I'm gonna see if it works. This can either work for you or it'll tell you to get fucked. But we're gonna just grab this the deeper color here that it is, and then we're just gonna try and bucket. Chuck it in the bucket. And there it is. And now, if you want, you can do a blend here, but I mean, I'm sure she's not going to be looking too much at that. If she does, I'd be impressed. And actually, what am I going to end up doing here as well is I'll be merging these two together. And so now it's like we did it all in one go. And now when we open that back up, your wall is officially red. If you wanted to, we can kind of soften the top edge here, just so it looks a little bit more, not edited, as it were. And the magic eraser is new to me, so I won't be doing that in this tutorial. But if you know how to use it, fucking feel free. Do not let me. And then you're going to want to bring down this hardness to make it soft. So basically the edges of the eraser are kind of like if you're just like lightly pressing, right? And then you would just go around, click, click, click. Always do little clicks like that because you can always go back. Step backward is Alt-Control-Z, but I mean, if you don't like to use shortcuts, definitely feel free to just click on the thing. This is too big still. We're going to bring this right down. And actually, we are going to zoom in a little bit more so I can make sure this edge is just as good as it can kind of get without going too hard and in depth on it. And so if I did this correctly, yeah, you should be able to just round out the edges. I do just want to make sure that it's not going to reveal the original color. You know what? I think we're just going to leave the edges. So forget everything I just said, because in the end, she's just looking for color changes, and in which case, I think we'll get them pretty good here. I am going to cheat, I feel, and try, and I want to change that green too. I kind of want to eliminate all the green and just keep that full consistency through the whole photo. So I'll just zoom out just a little bit here. Magic wand might be set still. Nope. And I'm on the wrong layer. Make sure. Double, triple, quadruple check that you have the right layer. You might be able to, I think if you hold Alt, you can add to it. And this is why it's always nice to be zoomed in, because it can grab more pixels. That's why whenever you're doing a magic wand, it's just a big general rule. There, see, is to just stay zoomed in because it can grab so much more. We're actually going to up that tolerance a little bit. There we go. It is a little, so what you can do is you can actually even, you can mess with there's a way to make it smooth. You can feather it. And then, so that's basically going to make the edges cleaner. When it decides to work, of course. Of course. We'll just do this twice because I really. Oh, there we go. And we're back. And so I think we're just gonna go ahead and while it's selected like this, you should be able to just use a bucket tool, and it'll just go where you have it selected. If you go outside of it, it will try and stick with the same pixels, but don't risk it unless you kind of really know what you're doing. Otherwise, well, you could always go back. So never lose any confidence or faith when it comes to that. But I have messed up in the sense where I was coloring on the original, but that's fine. We're just going to finish up here, and then as soon as I'm done just trying to get, oh my, Control-Z. And I'm going to lighten this up just a little bit. And keep the same color contrast going. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. Oh, you know what? That works. All right. And so that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out now so you can see exactly what that photo looks like with a red wall. And then I'll be ending this, but I'll be changing the couches next to a different shade of red. And we'll probably go deep with that red. Stay tuned. Thank you so much. And hopefully this is making sense. And welcome back. We're just going to be quickly, more or less quickly, changing the colors of the couches. And I'm actually going to I'm going to make the colors of the couches and the lockers. I'm going to change the lockers to white. And then I'll be changing the couches to a deep, deep red because I kind of want that color contrast. And so for this, what we're going to do is we're going to zoom right in on the lockers themselves, just to see, and now you can see the pixels. Things start to get fun the closer you get. Definitely start getting you thinking. I'll go ahead and switch the tolerance around just a tad. Switching. Yeah, this is the best way to not grab the handles or anything as well. So just keep in mind that it may take you a bit to kind of get the right. Yeah, I'm just going to keep zooming in as well because it will only grab what you're looking at, which is one of the best things about Photoshop. So instead of like completely getting rid of that couch, you can kind of just move it like that, and now it should just grab, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the lockers. And now we can kind of up that tolerance back. Oh, it does grab the couch. I'm going to cut that out. But the easiest way to go about that is you're just going to want to straight up, we're just going to grab or actually we'll bring this down and do this in sections because I kind of want to keep it relatively good looking for the teacher and for the student. So it will take a little bit longer, but it's nice because you'll be able to merge by the end of it, like I mentioned earlier. I'm not sure what the anti-alias does. There is a button that I think I'm forgetting to kind of help with, with the with this tool. I just can't remember what it is. So once you find like a portion or section, just go ahead and Control C and then Control V. So it makes its own little layer of that. But then make sure you come over. It should now just be that. Yeah, okay, perfect. Did I grab all that too? Oh no, that's it. Okay, and then and that's going to be its own layer, but you're just going to click back over to this and then just keep grabbing as much of the lockers as you can. Make sure you just Control Paste, Control V, Control C, Control V. Why that's being brat, I'll never know. Oh, because you have to click. Make sure you click on the layer, please, people. I cannot stress enough. Never fun to lose your mind. Control C, Control V, click. This will work there. Control C, Control V. Don't know what just happened. Oh, because it. What? We're just gonna step backwards. Don't know why I did that. Should be. Oh, because I'm. No, no, no. I'm good. Control C, Control V. There we go. And so now what you're going to want to do is just straight up merge every single one of those. And then that way you'll have all the lockers in one layer. And so this should be, if we did it correctly, should be just your lockers. Well, we're close. So we'll just grab whatever's missing. This corner here. We'll see, Control V. And then if it always goes, you can always just merge down. And that's going to merge to the layer just beneath. And, oh, I thought I just grabbed that. Okay. So it apparently didn't work. Oh, because I wasn't clicked on the correct layer. So it literally just got white. It didn't know what it wanted. So now we're going to Control C, Control V, merge these two. And that should solve our problem. Merge down. There we go. And so now we're going to change the hue to this. She said something about the temperature, but that's all part of the hue and stuff. Don't worry too much about that. It's not going to be pertinent to too much stuff. So I'll just go ahead and just switch the hue, and then I'll zoom out so we can kind of just keep a good eye on how it looks and everything with the surrounding background. And then, of course, anything above is going to be what's in front, and then anything below is going to be behind. So let's say if I put this red wall layer behind the original, then you'll only see the original. And so that's how some people will layer different things kind of behind other things and then only have like a wisp showing of one layer that's like down here, even though it could be a whole extravagant picture, but you just want to grab a portion of it. But anyways, that's for a whole nother tutorial. And let's go ahead and change this photo. Colors, so we're gonna just do, or I didn't want to press auto color. Don't know what that does, but I don't think it did anything. So we're just gonna go back to adjustments. And since we're gonna make it white, I think I might be able to just do that. Yeah. And now we're gonna see if we can maximum white. Perfect. But we want to add a little bit of a grayscale. So what we're going to do here, the tint can just go to gray. We'll make a little bit of a red tint. How about that? Just stick with the theme. And actually, you know what? There we go. Don't even need to. All right, we'll just do a little bit of that there. And we'll press OK. And then we'll just zoom in a little bit and just get these edges cleaned up a little bit. And so we'll use the color cloning, the eyedropper. So it just grabs whatever color that you want. We're going to click that thing there. And then we'll do the bucket so we can stay consistent with the, Control Alt Z is step backward. And we're actually just going to use the brush tool and bring it right down to a size 2 pixels. And I think that is actually a square because it goes 2 by 2. It's going to be, and we're going to keep the hardness as hard as possible. So that basically is just telling it, I only want to grab exactly what's within the circle, and that's it. And we'll just go ahead and do that. A little bit of over, obviously, will be fine. And see, and this is why you have to stay very consistent with the color cloning, because the colors will change real quick. and it's very, very noticeable and obvious. So just stay diligent. It is a tedious process, but it's very, very worth it in the end. As you can see. I'm obviously using the same over here because I'm not too worried about it. That one I will not do. That was a mistake. Um, and I'm going to go ahead and paint this. The brush tool is amazing too. You can do so many different things with this. You can even get different brush styles online and really just show your teacher that you know what's up. I think I might just do that because there is a little bit of 6 degrees of separation there, and it'll be okay. Just want it a little bit changed, but mostly it's just the cleanup that really matters. Otherwise, the lockers will look fine when you zoom out. I'm just going to clean that up a little bit so it looks like an actual handle. And then these, obviously on the side here, need some cleaning up. Just kind of get it the same general color, because shadows and stuff still exist, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you're not perfect, because if you do like a chop chop, it'll be very, very noticeable, and that's not what you want. And I think we're good here. I am just going to clean up this top part a little bit. All right, and so we're going to zoom out and see how it's look. And I don't know why. Oh, it's the dodge tool. Oops, there you are, my magnifying glass. And there we have it. Your lockers are officially a purpley white. We'll throw in that red wall, and that actually looks a lot better than I thought it would. So what we're going to do now is just change the color of these to a deep, deep red, in which case that should be pretty easy, but I'll throw it on the next tutorial and also send it over to you for a verification, see if you like it. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk soon. And we're back with our couch coloring. Our magic wand is going to be our best friend here. Make sure that you're clicked onto the correct layer. Otherwise, again, it will not work. And we're just going to up that tolerance and find our sweet spot. It's going to be hard with these couches for sure, but I think that's a good one. We're going to go back to our copy paste method just to make sure that we have a seamless couch photo. But what I'm going to do is actually, I won't add that light section into this current color change, because we're actually just going to we're gonna keep it. We're gonna do this red, and then we're gonna change this according to whatever red this is, and then just lighten it to keep that same aesthetic. So go ahead and find just like that kind of a neutral yellow that kind of matches the rest, and then of course Control C, Control V. It's its own layer. Go ahead and click back, and we'll just finish the rest here and get at the manipulation when we get to it. Of course, magic wand. That's a good grab there. Control C, Control V. I don't know why it did that. We'll go back. Control C, Control V. Go ahead and click on the original layer again. That was a good grab right there. That's perfect. Control C, Control V. Don't know why I did that. C, Control V. I think I might be moving the mouse when I do that. Just don't do that. Go ahead and get rid of that wall. And then we're going to name the lockers so I can kind of keep my eye on them. Because at the moment I have lost them. But they're white, so it's going to be hard to, I guess I can just keep minusing. There they are. So we'll go ahead and right click this. And you can just go to the should be a option 2. I must be insane. Export, no. Should be a way to name this layer. Oh, there we go. Just double click it because that's just how amazing this is. I love Photoshop though. I do prefer. I'm an After Effects kind of guy, but I mean we take what we can get, right? All right. So we'll go ahead and just hide everything we're not going to be using right now, just so we can kind of see what we've grabbed. We need the back of that couch here. Turn down that tolerance a little bit. We'll grab that. How do I feel like that? C, Control V, and make sure you click on your original layer. Perfect. Control C, Control V, original layer. And we'll go ahead and minus it so you can see what we got. Everything else seems to look pretty light. We'll grab the top of the couch there, but otherwise I think we'll grab this too. And here. Oh, original layer. And here. You know what? We're just gonna grab this too. It is more than we need, but there's nothing wrong with that. We're gonna merge, right? Control C, Control V. And now you just highlight the layers. Make sure that it's just the ones of the couch, which should be the only ones visible since we hid everything else. Hold Shift, click that bottom one, and then go ahead, right click and merge. Because we want this blending as a full picture. And now we're going to zoom back out and mess with that color. See how red we can really get it. We will be adjusting the shadow on the ground as well for that yellow that's reflecting on the ground. But that'll be really quick and we'll be able to address that shortly. It will be perfect. I promise. Perfect. Not perfect, but it'll be good. All right, so we're selecting on the layer of the couches, and then we're gonna go right up, adjust, and we're just gonna mess with the color balance. Even though I think we might be able to just go right for, that's too complicated. We're just gonna go right to color balance. And of course we're gonna go red. And I think we're gonna wanna, yeah, we're gonna go deep. So there, highlight, red. Keep it the magenta. And then yellow, we'll go to blue. If you can, always go cold over hot. Unless you're me, of course. We'll preserve the luminosity, or not, so we can keep that difference, I guess. And then now that we've found kind of the red, I want this red. So now we'll just mess with the highlights and such. So we can keep that red, but not lose the integrity of the couch itself, the curves and such. That is a nice red, and I think that's exactly what we're going to look for there. And so now with those light parts, and they're not changing me because we haven't grabbed them, right? I think that red will work, so we'll just leave it at that. And what I'm going to end up doing now is creating these for the light parts. They're going to get their own layer as well. Control C. Oh, actually, I want that. Control C, Control V. Oh, original layer. Yeah, Control C, Control V. Original layer. Oh, that one worked. Control C, Control V. Original layer. I think there is a way to automatically go back to the original layer. I just can't remember what that is right now. So my bad. We're just gonna up that tolerance a bit more so we can try and grab this whole thing in one go. Not gonna behave though, and I don't want to mess with our beautiful lockers. Even though this is the original photo, so it won't technically show because the lockers are above this layer. Just try your best to get as perfect and as close as possible. We'll probably even lower that tolerance. And then just multi, Control V, Control C. This is why zooming in is also good. Remember what I said. I'm also telling myself, don't you worry, that more can be done with a little bit of patience and a lot of preservation. We're going to keep downing that tolerance. We don't mess with those lockers too much. Control C, Control V, and back up. Control C, Control V. Grab this. Nope. Original layer. Grab this. Control C, Control V. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh, because I don't think it's technically copying that. Okay. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. See what it's grabbed. And I think that's actually perfect, except for the back of that couch, the top of this one. But yeah, we can get that real quick. So you just always remember what you're grabbing. Make sure you have this selected. Is that it? No, right here. There we go. Control C, Control V. And then right here. Just make sure you have your original one selected. Control C, Control V. And the rest we can kind of just edit ourselves. Except for right here, that's a big chunk. And that's why this is just a shortcut because it's just going to cut down the time that it takes to do it either in the future too. Because now that once I grab all these and make them their own layer, I'll be able to manipulate each one of these layers into different colors. So that's why this is going to be easy because I'll be able to, once I grab all these layers and finish up, I'll be able to more or less just like I mentioned, just grab the layers themselves and then just tweak those. That's a major part there. But you know what? We'll just leave it as it is because that's the ones we want there. So we're going to go ahead and manipulate that. We're going to keep the red ones visible so we can kind of match. And then we're also going to get our full picture visible as well. So we can just make sure that it looks good as we manipulate the colors. Make sure you have the correct layer selected, of course. We are going to merge these actually first before I get ahead of myself because if you don't, I think that was it. All right. So we're going to go ahead and bring that forward. Make sure that your layer, which we're going to actually name highlights. And so we're just going to basically make it the same red, but then also we might even be able to, no, we'll stick with what we're doing. Adjustments. To be able to just mess with the levels as well. That's a whole nother ball game. We'll just go back to what we've been doing. Sorry. I don't want to mess too much. That change. Or no, that's the color that we have for this. Yeah, that's fine. But I will be. I think I like this. I should smooth out those edges a little bit though, just to kind of give it a better look. Oh, yeah, I was the hardness. Oh, geez, is something that you really have to pay attention to. And so another way to do this as well is just to do a lasso tool, and then that way you can. We're gonna want to just, and then you get to draw. We're gonna draw right around the edge here. I could get closer, but I'm not. Oops, too concerned. And then you go ahead and now when we erase anything, it's only anything within this thing, right? We're not going to do that. We're going to bring this down. And actually going to bring it even more down. And even bring the opacity down as well. So that way it doesn't actually take away as much. And it can manipulate it at a more intense level here. There's also a color clone, but we won't get into that. But anyways, I'm actually just going to leave it as is and kind of just adjust the upper here because it's kind of getting on my nerves how bad these couches end up looking. So we're going to reset what we have. And by that I mean I'll just be darkening what we have already. Actually, you know what? That looks fine. We'll just get rid of it like that. Get rid of that pink. Get rid of that yellow. Oh my god. So the color spill is bring off and be your best friend. Tolerance up. I don't know why it's being so angry. Tolerance up. I think it's technically hitting something it's not supposed to, so we'll just switch to the brush and just do it ourselves. There we go. And honestly, I could go back through here and draw just kind of darker lines to accentuate the couches, which I might end up doing, but this is going to be after I send it to you for review. I'll kind of try and get some adjustments here just to kind of leave creases and such. But otherwise, yeah, it will be kind of as is. And then I'll just leave a little bit of yellow. And then that way I'll know exactly what I need to change, if anything at all, once I send this in. There is a way to completely remove a color from your image. I'd have to look it up because I never really did that. I like things hard. LOL. And here we go. That looks much better than the other ones did. Kind of give it a little bit of texture, give it a little bit of personality. Just doing that crease here. And all right. So we'll just adjust that a little bit. Get rid of that. Get rid of that pink that I thought was good at first, but I obviously just don't know how colors work. Do the back of this chair a little bit more. Round that out a little bit. And make this sexier here. Keep the crease, keep the crease. That's what's going to give it its texture. Keep that there. I will actually just do it right now. I'm going to eye drop this yellow here. And then we're just going to quickly do that. And then we're actually just going to switch back to the brush. Actually, should be able to look up your last color. That's going to be the one right here. And then it's on brush, and then just go ahead and just dab that there. There we go. Make it a little thinner. There we go. Thin that out a bit too. That way, so when I zoom out, it should give it a little bit of texture, a little bit of integrity, and a lot of love. I'll be zooming out now, just so we can check and see how this works. And I'm actually going to use this to thin this out a bit. This color's working with the entire couch. The rest is okay. And we will be manipulating this shadow in a second as well. So yeah, that's kind of a really long, complicated way on how to adjust your highlights and such. But let's do that shadow, and then I'm going to send this over to you and see if you like it. So for the shadow, that's going to be easy. You just grab your magic tool. Make sure you're selected on the right layer, of course. Select just the shadow. We could probably bring down that tolerance just a little bit. And by down, I mean up. Sorry, that's going to be half this video. And then we'll make that. Honestly, I think we're just going to make it. We should be able to. We're just going to copy and paste it, and then click it. Grab this one. Copy paste, and then. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to want to put this to the color. Oh Jesus. It's supposed to be here, but make sure that you are selected again on the right. Nope. It doesn't know what it wants to grab. In which case, I think it's that. Nope. Not sure. I think it's this then. There we go. Perfect. So the couches are like they're a little hard. I'm not an artiste, but I think it'll get the job done. That's all that really matters. All right. That looks better anyways. some highlight there. And honestly, when you zoom out, this should make sure you keep your line straight, please. It should look a lot better. Even though it does look pretty decent now, it will look better. Now, did I end up getting those shadows? Kinda, and enough of them. So we'll go ahead and just hide the ones we don't need, of course. These highlights. I will, I think, manipulate. Oh, I was doing all that on this layer. Please, yeah, do make sure that you are doing the right layers, because I just could have saved myself a lot of work by just doing this. And then when I add this, yeah, that's okay. Where's my red? There it is there. Oh. And then we're going to bring the lightness. And the saturation, like that. And then what we're going to actually do is turn down the opacity of the shadow itself. There we go. There are more things we can do. I will just be adding a little bit of black in here. Nope. Make sure you're really careful. We're going to go back to the brush tool. And then we're going to make it a little bit bigger and make it swath. And not that big. And then, all right. Now it should. There we go. Create a little bit of a shadow effect. Help with the illusion, of course, that it is a floating couch. We're going to go back over this one more time. Make it a little bit darker. And we're going to straighten out that line a little bit. There we go. And so now, when we zoom out, we should be able to have, it is a little choppy, because like I said, I don't really do couches. But yeah, that's it. And actually, it doesn't look that bad. I will be adding a little bit of a highlight line to this. But let's go ahead and add everything together with our white lockers. And we're actually going to change those back yellow ones too so they match. Oh, make sure that you select on the right layer, because you can ruin a whole photo and then think that you did it perfect. Meanwhile, the photo's like, you had me perfect, but you fucked me hard. And we don't want that. The shadow actually looks really good, and I'm quite happy with this. The couches are a little messy. I can clean that up though, but otherwise I will be sending this right now to who it belongs to, and I'm actually just going to manipulate a little bit. We're going to make it a grayscale floor, just to give it some contrast, some personality, because it doesn't look good without it. All right, and yeah, so I'll be sending this in right now, and thank you so much for watching, and hopefully he likes it, and then I'll just keep going. Otherwise, I'm going to change probably these to green just so it's super fun, but thanks for watching, and I'll send these over to you. Bye now.